Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It's been about 12 hours since I suppose, finished my last recording, that sounds about right, and I am back in the game, as you can very clearly see. I'm quite pleased, and I would like to touch on this briefly, that I have reached Hunter Rank 900. It is indeed the last stretch in the race to Hunter Rank 999. And it feels quite significant. It's nice to see my Hunter rank in the 900s, that's all I can say. I'm gonna go back here. This would have been the last screen that you saw in the previous recording. Of course, I haven't done anything since then. Alrighty. Just going to pause my playback there, ensure my hair is slightly under control, and then, yeah. So, Hunter rank 904. I think we started at 897 in that recording. That sounds about right. I think it was 897. Now I'm at 904. We have made good progress in that regard. It was a 4-hour recording, to be fair, so it makes sense that I would have gotten a lot done. But, yeah. I don't really know what is on the agenda, I will say. But that is to be expected. I'm not supposed to know. It's better when I don't know. You see. Yeah, not many views for the last recording that I did, because at that time of day, I apparently don't get many views. It's funny though, because I don't really notice a difference between, you know, a recording that gets 20 views and a recording that gets 100 views, because the vast majority of people who watch me don't say anything anyway. So, yeah, it felt like a normal recording, really. Aside from the fact that I was playing with people that I don't usually play with, viewers that I was quite happy to have present, and Hoss is still bot following me. Ethan is erect, apparently. That's great to hear. Do you want to jump on the stream, Ethan? We'll give it another try. I'm happy to give it another try if you're available. Otherwise, we don't have to, but yeah, ideally I would have touched base with you before going live, but that's alright. I'm happy to give it another try if you want to, but yeah, of course, the last time that I tried to get Ethan on the live stream audio-wise, OBS was being profoundly uncooperative, so yeah, it might work this time, I'm not sure. But if it doesn't, then so be it, and if Ethan doesn't want to, then so be it. In the meantime, I suppose I'll go and look through the rooms. Getting quite a bit of natural light this time, as opposed to no natural light last night. And I would like to think it's quite obvious why I had no natural light when I said last night, because it was night time. Thank you very much, Doomlink. Sure? Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. I don't know what caused the problem last time. I didn't really address it in any way. I just assumed that it was a problem with OBS that was not going to be replicated in the future, but I'm a bit worried about it. Earphones in. We will give this a try. Better to do it at the start of the recording than in the middle of it anyway. We'll give Ethan a call. Let me start off by testing some PC volume. Excuse this. So I don't know if that can actually go louder than that. I've got no idea. Should I test that first? Okay, we'll test that first. No, actually I won't. I'm trying to get Ethan in. I'm trying to position myself properly, it's hard. Okay. Give Ethan a call. Hold on, I can't hear you right now for some reason.
Lord.
Yeah, I should be able to hear you now.
How's it going, Papa Bear?
Yeah, going pretty good. I'm just gonna try to fix this. Alright. Let us hear your beautiful voice, Ethan.
What should I sing?
Or maybe singing isn't necessary. I'm pleased to report that it's working, by the way. We are under control.
Maybe a little Chicago. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration.
I'm mighty pleased to be able to give you a platform to have your voice heard around the world.
Oh, listen. If there's one thing that needs more love out there, it's Chicago. Not the state, the band.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
I hate bands that name themselves like that. Oh,
Listen,
the city.
listen.
Okay.
Not the state, not the state. I don't want to be one of those people.
I see. Oh, I thought it was like the name of a band or something.
It is.
Okay, well, what I was about to say was that I hate it when bands name themselves after, like, a location. Like
What?
Europe, for example. Well, what do you mean? It's confusing. And in my opinion, it's the ultimate expression of lack of creativity. It's like, I'm just gonna name my... You know, I'm from Chicago, so I'll name my band Chicago, or something like that. Anyway, I'm not here to have a go at people, but...
Yes, you are.
What I will probably do, for your benefit...
What you were put on this earth to do, sir.
It does feel that way sometimes. How do we want to do this? Do you want to play with me, or do you just want to watch me play?
I can't play with you. I just came back from my parents' house, and had I known that you were gonna invite me to the stream, I would have grabbed it, but...
I see.
I don't have the means.
That's no problem at all. Okay, so...
But I'm so out of practice in Monster Hunter right now anyway, I'd be more of a liability than any kind of help.
Possibly. I will stream my OBS to you, so that you can watch me in real time. That will make life a little easier.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah. I'm ready to get started. Let's see, I'm just looking for rooms. What I always do is try to find a room that seems reasonable. Preferably one that I won't have to leave for a while. Because the process of looking for a room sometimes is a bit long, so I don't want to be doing that all the time. I'll give this Turns room a try. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, it's good to get you on again. It's been a long time since I've really properly had you here while I'm playing Monster Hunter. I seem to recall the last time we were properly doing that was early last year, during the original lockdown. So...
Oh, yeah, we got into a lot of trouble during the lockdown, man. All sorts of it.
Yeah. Just going to...
Watched like 4 different Gundam series, or more.
That we did.
We played a lot of video games, played a lot of Monster Hunter. We never really beat Remnant, did we?
We did actually beat Remnant. I remember the last time we went into Remnant, you were like, wait, we beat it? And even now you've forgotten that we beat it. It's the second time you've forgotten. But, yeah, we did...
Well, if it would be, you know, a little more memorable, then it's not my fault. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but shit. Obviously, I didn't remember it.
Well, obviously, I didn't make it memorable enough for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault somehow.
Hey, Blue Bun, good to see you.
Who is that?
He's one of my viewers. I was hunting with him last night, actually.
You hunted with other people without me?
Yes, actually. In fact, I have something to...
sick of how much of a whore you are. It's really kind of
I'm
absurd.
honestly sick of you saying things like, I'm gonna be... Do you recall, by any chance?
No, I don't. I don't recall it. I don't.
Well...
This is gonna save my ass in a second.
No, well, when I was doing...
I'm just gonna say now.
I said that I was going to record, or was likely to record later on that evening, and you said, if he goes live, I'll be there.
Nope, I have no memory of that.
I was just asked by a person in the chat, ready? And by chat, I mean in-game chat. Now, if I was ready, I'd be ready.
You see, you're definitely here to take a go at people.
Now he's calling me Czar. Ready, Czar? Like, do I...
He sounds like a Legend of Zelda character.
He sounds like a fucking dork.
But it might just be that you're reading it in your Legend of Zelda NPC voice.
Right, I see. No, I don't think I use different voices. Anyway, I'm doing my best to get ready for the quest, I really am. I understand that I might be a little too slow for these people, but, yeah. I find it to be completely pointless to ask questions like, ready? When I'm not ready, because clearly I'm not. It's, what sort of answer do you want? Him ask, first and foremost, I'm clearly not ready. Second of all, him asking that question is not going to have me go faster. I'm not going to be like, ooh, he's wondering if I'm ready, I better hurry up. Anyway.
Well, most people that would work perfectly fine, sir.
Would it?
You're kind of an exception. Social cues are not your forte.
I have say, what are you trying to imply?
I'm not implying anything. I'm outright saying, like, you would flat out ignore a social cue if it was like something you didn't want to deal with.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I think it would give people the wrong
nothing
impression.
Rude. Don't take me wrong.
No,
you wouldn't say anything rude or anything like that, but like somebody's expectation of you, if it was something that you hadn't agreed upon to begin with, it's just like, nah, I'm not going to pay attention to that. It's kind of one of the things I admire about you.
Well, that's fair enough, but the problem with the concept of social cues is that that would usually refer to, you know, me acting in a certain way and then someone taking issue with that, and then I ignore it.
No, that's a misuse of the word then. I think what I mean to say is peer pressure does not get to you.
Okay. That's fair enough. Because social cues is usually about self-awareness in a social environment.
No,
which
that's
which
not
I can.
Okay,
well.
No, you're quite good about that. I just mean to say, if somebody tries to get you to do something you don't want to do, you're not about it. Unless it's me, and then I can convince you to do all sorts of crazy stuff.
I suppose so.
Like
Shinku is having trouble. Well, even I don't know why I even bother standing by the Dragonator. These people don't like free damage. It's very rare that I'll find a group of people who actually want to deal free damage to a Fatalis at the start of the hunt. I don't know what it is, but they're like, no, I don't want free damage. Shinku, shockingly, is actually making his way over here. And the other two people are proceeding to ignore me entirely. Wait, where did he go?
Are you fighting Fatalis?
Yeah, I'm fighting Fatalis, and these people are quite ignorant, which is not unusual at all.
Oh my gosh. It's every Fatalis fight is the same, dude. There's always some idiot who's just like, fight monster, but they do it in like the most... You know what's funny? If I didn't have you, I would be that idiot.
Well, the thing is that...
I can't give them too much shit.
I wouldn't give them as much shit if they started off trying to fight the monster and then realized after my ping, oh, I'd better go and stand by the Dragonator. But they ignore the ping and continue to, oh, this is not good. As you can see, yeah, I mean, unfortunately that hitbox for that combo is serious business. He had actually completed his animation, but the hitbox was still present, so I was killed by that, so... That would be about right. I don't even know why I chose to use Gunlance. I haven't Gunlanced a Fatalis in a very long time. I can't
imagine why you ever would.
Yeah, so... If I do anything weird, don't be too surprised, but I will say that that death was just pure giant hitbox bullshit. Anyway. The Snap and Drag is fairly well designed. It's designed to catch you in the best possible way.
Snap and drag.
Is that what I said?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's that maneuver right there. It was first given that exact animation for Morales, but it was originally just a unidirectional, like, I'm gonna walk in a straight line and snap my jaws. That's what Fatalis used to do back in 1st and 2nd gen. Now he's got a real body sway that catches you at really weird angles, and on top of that, the hitbox is still huge, as was clearly demonstrated by my prior death. So, yeah, have to make up for my error. And also the roar, I think, was changed from second and first gen. Used to be pretty hard to get caught in that roar. Now it's a bit easier to get caught in it.
This fight is so, like, it's so grandiose. They did a really good job in this game of making it seem like super epic.
Yeah, they definitely did. They did a great job with Fatalis. And apparently the World one was pretty good too, which is a shame in my opinion. It's a shame that World gets a great iteration for Fatalis. But
I don't know, it doesn't upset me that they're getting a good iteration. It's not anything I'm ever gonna like play the game again to see. And I guess that's the part where it's a shame, right? Like,
yeah,
your game wasn't good enough for me to like want to stick around.
Yeah,
I guess that's not true either, because their game was good. It just wasn't good for us.
As far as I'm concerned, you could only say that it's a good game if like a totally different group of people who didn't originally have their hands on the series went and made their best attempt to make a good Monster Hunter game. But no, these were the same fucking people who should have known better, but they didn't. So, yeah, I don't give them a free pass for making a good game on the basis that it was the Monster Hunter formula. I mean, that's a free pass. You're automatically going to have a pretty good game if it's using the Monster Hunter formula, but if your interpretation of the formula is a complete and utter failure, which is what World was in my estimation, then you're not going to be getting a free pass from me. You're going to be getting quite the opposite. Anyway, I don't really want to get on that subject. I try to avoid the subject
every live streamer.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone always gets you talking about it.
Yeah, I can't
and
really
I won't let it be me.
Tell you what, he does so much damage through your shield. I mean, I've got guard plus 2 and guard up, I'm pretty sure. No, I've only got guard up, that's why. I believe guard plus 2 is what would reduce the damage the most. But, yeah, well, that makes more sense. I barely know what I'm doing. I can't remember the last time I fought a Fatalis with a gun lance. You rightly asked the question of why would you? And the reality is that it's not what I do.
It's just so slow, and I feel like you'd have to take something in there for like stamina management.
Yeah, I'd say so. And as well as that, gun lance is one of those weapon types where you're really committing to everything that you do, and having to commit to long animations is not a good thing when you're fighting a Fatalis. Hey, Exio. Why did I do that?
Who else in the chat? Anyone,
Oh, just...
anyone I know?
No, actually. It's quite quiet, which is fine.
Well, it is a Thursday night. Gonna have to get the poggers going.
Doing fairly well, Exio. Just fighting a Fatalis with a gun lance, which is not something that I would wish upon any person who wants to enjoy life. Just didn't actually intend to go for the reload there. Didn't intend to go for it there, though. But the thing is, like, when you're using such a low mobility weapon type against Fatalis, you become shield reliant. Absolutely shield reliant. I don't want to be shield reliant against this monster. I don't want to be in the way of his attacks at all. That's usually how I approach Fatalis. But here, I do find myself in the line of fire, so to speak, quite frequently with the gun lance. And it's possibly the case that I'm just not positioning myself properly. I could be performing better, most likely, but I couldn't really say that I am experienced with gun lancing this monster. The only time I gun lanced a Fatalis, I suppose, would be Crimson and White in Freedom Unite, where I was just using the popcorn gun lance and shelling my way through the fight. But yeah, that's not really gun lancing as far as I'm concerned. That's just pressing one button over and over and over again. Hey Spaceman, good to see you. You know, Spaceman's been watching me for longer than you have, Ethan. He's been a mainstay.
Yeah, but will he wipe your butt when you're old?
Will you?
That was not the question.
Probably not. I mean, he's likely going to be quite geographically distant from me when I'm old. So
Well, you know me and you have to retire in Japan, you know?
Oh yes, that will be happening. I mean, ideally we'd be there before that point, but that at least we must do that.
We can become old men and then, you know, date some like 22-year-old girls.
Sounds great. You do realize that a 22-year-old Japanese girl looks like a 12-year-old guy.
Some 30-year-old Japanese girls.
So what I'm saying is that the age gap is going to look way worse than it actually is, and it would be bad enough.
Well, none of it's actually going to happen because neither of us are going to get to retire.
Oh, what was that? He actually got flinched in the air. I love it when that happens. It's not often that it happens. They didn't let it happen in the older games. How is Ethan's audio, everyone? I hope he's not distorting too much. He could actually be too loud in this instance for a change, so...
Disrespect your surroundings.
Right. Well, thanks for not actually screaming that.
I can't, my roommate's asleep.
I see.
Trust me, I wanted to.
No, as long as he's not... as long as it doesn't sound like he's distorting because he's too loud or anything like that, then I'm happy. But, I mean, maybe I could have some sort of ceiling with a limiter or something, but I don't know. One day. When I'm not so lazy. I'm not even paying attention to this fight. I really should do Dragon Blast. Sorry, Shenku. Actually, sorry, not sorry. I don't like any of you guys. Because... yeah, oh, okay, I have to get in position for this. The dumbest possible thing to do is to Dragonate this monster, well not Dragonate rather, bind this monster, when only 2 out of 4 people are in position to attack the weak point. See this shield reliance? It's fucking bad, I have to be ready to, well, I was ready to dive that, but that was fortunately not necessary. Exio is hoping that you don't start another argument for pineapple pizza, by the way. And it's funny, I actually recounted that very argument to a co-worker yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, because we were talking about, well, here we go. This will actually lead into a possible discussion between the two of us, but my co-worker and I were discussing watermelon cake and how it's... I fully agree. And that might be the long and short of the discussion. But,
like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't belong together. If somebody likes it, then enjoy it, but not for me.
Yeah. Well, and he said to me, and I'm guessing you're not a pineapple on a pizza guy either, are you? And I said, no, I'm not. And I said, I actually ended up... somewhat recently I had a lengthy debate with someone about it, and I came off second best well and truly. And he was like, oh, really? Why? And I said, well, because we... or at the very least he... essentially realized that because I don't like pineapple in general, I have no business arguing against pineapple on a pizza. So, yeah, I was well and truly defeated. So...
I wouldn't say defeated, I'd say we compromised. We came to an understanding.
Are you sure? I mean, we basically realized that I didn't have a leg to stand on in the argument. Because...
True.
So...
but that doesn't change the fact that, you know, you still don't like the food, you know?
Yeah. Well, it
but
seems
listen,
to be...
it's the only thing that is 100% not okay, that's a food combination, is like human parts and tofu or something like that. Anything involving human parts is not a combination that belongs together. But
well,
if someone wants to eat watermelon flavored cake, go nuts. Just know that's awful.
We're not talking about watermelon flavored, we're talking about slices of watermelon in cake. That is what we are discussing. How do you feel about
understand.
that? Okay, so basically imagine, you know, cake with cream and cake, and then there's a layer of straight up watermelon, like slices of watermelon. That's watermelon cake.
Oh
Yes.
man, how to ruin a cake in 30 seconds flat. Oh.
Yeah. So now the
That's
problem with
terrible.
it is that, as you can imagine, you eat the watermelon in the cake, and it adds this. It actually waters down the cream and all that. Like, it's awful. It's like actually watering down the flavor of the fucking dessert. It is truly awful. Now, I like watermelon.
Did you
I'm
tell
a
this
watermelon.
this coworker to honestly just like quit life?
No, he wasn't. He was neutral to it, but he seemed pretty willing to jump on the hate wagon with me. Once I started to express my disdain for watermelon cake. I mean, we had watermelon cake right there. It was another co-worker's birthday, and that cake was
Wait, you
brought in.
saw this cake?
I ate this cake, and it is the second time I've eaten a
No.
cake of this sort, and it was really like.
Dude,
I
I
gave
live
it a
in
chance.
Florida. Okay, so
Yeah.
like, take it from me, like we're watermelon people down here.
Right.
That is an abomination.
It is. It's disgusting. You should do some research, see if it exists where you are. Like, if some who fucking hit that Dragonator, you miserable dick? You weren't smart enough to go there the last time. And now that you're there, you go and hit it when it's not even anywhere near the monster. I mean, you absolutely need to be lobotomized or something. Anyway, the point is that watermelon cake, and I can formulate an opinion on this precisely because I've eaten it. It's terrible. And, I don't know, it might be fancy in some sand person's mind, but it's bloody gross. Yes, and 10, I did eat it. And again, it's not the first time.
Wait, you've had it
first-
before and you ate it again?
Well, this is the thing, I had only had it once. Now, it's possible that, I will say this, the first time I tried watermelon cake, I believe it was a better one than the second one I tried.
Have you ever
It's
heard the
not-
expression, fool me once, shame on you?
No.
Fool me twice, shame on me?
Well,
You've
I've
never heard that expression?
I've heard the expression. What my note is to say that it is not applicable to this situation. It is something so unusual that it's not appropriate to formulate an opinion on it having only tried one watermelon cake. You know, the first one, this is the thing, the first one could have been bad because whoever made it didn't make it well. But once you've tried a second one, you can more clearly establish if the thing itself as a concept is bad. The thing itself as a concept is bad, it turns out. And I actually think the second one I ate was made worse. So, yeah, never again. I don't need to worry about being fooled or anything like that. I'm quite comfortably against watermelon cake. I am by no means a proponent of watermelon cake, and any person who recommends it to me will receive a swift negative from me. So, no thank you. Mayonnaise
Yeah.
and pizza? That's fine. Mayonnaise and pizza's fine.
Is it?
Yeah. Not like,
I mean,
go crazy with the mayonnaise, but just a bit of mayonnaise across the top, that's fine.
Oh,
Don't be like that. It's good.
I'm sorry, man. I just,
Depends on the type of mayonnaise.
like I said,
I'm
I
not
don't
talking about
mind people having weird tastes, but for someone to come at me, like if somebody would walk up to me while I'm eating my piece of pineapple pizza, and they're holding a piece of pizza with fucking mayonnaise slathered all over it,
I said
and say-
not slathered all over. I literally said, in no uncertain terms, that I'm not talking about going crazy on the mayonnaise. I'm talking about
what are we talking
you
about?
run it
A
across
dollop? A dollop?
not even a dollop. Like literally, you run it across lightly in
This
a
guy eats
zigzag
mayonnaise on his
motion.
pizza, folks. He
I
knows
do
the method.
not. I have at times consumed pizza where a person took it upon themselves to lightly apply mayonnaise to it.
Lightly apply mayonnaise.
Yes.
Look, all I'm saying is if someone comes up to me with mayonnaise on their fucking pizza while I'm eating my pineapple pizza and says, "Ew, what are you eating?" It's gonna start a fight, and I don't just mean a fight. Like, it's gonna be a fist fight, because I'm gonna be like, "You disrespectful little piece of shit! Did I walk up to you with your gross ass pizza with smeared egg cream on it and animal fat and talk shit? No, I didn't."
I don't know. I think you're knocking it before trying it, quite frankly.
What?
Mayonnaise on a pizza. I'm not talking about, like, you know, the fucking mayonnaise you get at the store. I'm talking maybe aioli or something like that.
You hear him, right? Like,
yeah.
We're talking about a pro mayonnaise pizza over here.
Fuck me. I don't really know what to say other than it doesn't seem to be too terrible. It seems natural to me. It just add a little bit.
What?
Yes. It doesn't seem that bad to me.
Do you eat your cereal with water?
What are you saying?
Do you eat your breakfast cereal with water, sir?
No. Because breakfast cereal, like, it's basically one part, it's like, you know, mostly the milk that you're consuming. I mean, there's a bit of the cereal as well, but, like, milk is a huge part of the flavor. So if you were to replace that with water, that would be fucking awful. But, you know, the difference between having pizza without mayonnaise and having pizza with a tiny bit of mayonnaise, just, you know, lightly applied, is not going to be in any way comparable to the difference between having cereal with milk and cereal with water.
Let's see if I can come up with an appropriate analogy for this.
Please do.
And I think I can. It's like taking ice cream and putting it on your steak.
No. What? How is that in any way an appropriate analogy? Mayonnaise is not a sickly sweet item being placed on a savory item.
Okay, you're right. Hold on.
So
it's like putting... We're gonna stick with steak, okay? It's like putting maybe queso cheese?
I don't know.
But now that I say that, I feel like that would be really good.
Well, don't worry about it. All I can say is, I mean, maybe mayonnaise gives the wrong impression. I'm talking mostly like aioli sort of thing.
Aioli?
Yeah. Like, you know, maybe a sort of garlic and mayonnaise sort of mix, and...
So, like, you're trying to get in touch with your friend Oli, and you're just like, "Hey, Oli!"
Yeah, that's right. It's exactly that. I'm not doing this bloody quest. Bloody Drifter's quest. On-site items only. I've done this quest myself. I don't need to do it for someone else, quite frankly. Particularly someone that I don't know. I'm going to join this room because there is an individual in the room named IP on you, in all caps and separated by X's.
You know we've played with them before, right?
IP on you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You and I have been in a room with IP on you before.
Are you sure? That's not true. That's not true. The guy's only hunter. Come on, we have not played this game in a year, over a year. The guy's hunter rank 64, and you're trying to tell me that this guy just happens to be here right now while you're in the voice chat with me.
That is what I'm telling you, yes.
What I'm telling you is that there's something going on in your memories where for some reason false memories of people named after the act of peeing have been inserted, and I think that's a concerning condition. I'm telling you, there's no way in hell that we played with a guy.
I'm telling you, we played with IP on you. You can believe me or don't. But, in fact, it was, like, recent, too.
There was not an occasion where we were playing Monster Hunter together recently. Certainly not this game. We were playing 4 Ultimate more recently together than we were playing this game, and that was months ago. So I'm seeing a discrepancy here, and it is his hunter rank. He would be a high hunter rank by now had we played with him all those months ago. That's what I have to say to that. Anyway, okay, maybe we played with someone who had a similar name. I'll give you that. But it wasn't that
maybe
guy.
Maybe it was I poop on you. Who knows? But
possibly.
The only reason I know that we played with this person is not because I have like a staunch memory of it, but I remember specifically you making note of the fact that we had just joined a room with someone named I Pee on You.
Okay. If you say so. If you say so. As a thoth. Join this room, huh?
Doom, can you answer me a question?
Yeah, of course.
Why am I so bad at Rocket League?
You're not.
I am.
But you're not.
Thanks,
You're
you've
better
been
than
helpful.
Well, no, I'm saying that you're better than a large percentage of people. To describe oneself as so bad would be incorrect.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But
I mean, if you've set... it's one thing to set yourself...
I want to be better than those other percentages.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that you've set the bar pretty high for yourself, and if you don't meet that, that doesn't automatically mean that you're so bad.
Okay.
The better question would be, why, Doomlink, am I not as good as I want to be? To which I can respond with the following. You play pretty frequently, but not frequently enough. So.
Damn. These are the hard answers.
Oh, I was
folks.
just kicked from the room, I think. Wow, that's rare.
He remembers you.
He remembers. I don't remember him. If he's from this community, he's probably a dick.
Bro!
Yeah. Okay, he's not a dick, he's probably a loser. A dick suggests that he's, you know, an unpleasant person. He could be harmlessly
You know that you're part of
retarded.
this community, right?
Somewhat, yes. I would describe myself as an outsider in the community, because I actually, you know, play the games that came before this one. Most of the people who played this game are either going backwards from 5th gen, or haven't played a game beyond 4th gen.
Well, they've got a good head on their shoulders.
Hello?
Because, you know, they're quitting a game that's bad and playing one that's good.
I guess so. I do welcome people who go backwards, but I don't know. I can only praise it so much. Oh, this fucking quest. Having a hard time finding a decent room. I'll have to make sure that my chroma key's still working fine, because I'm starting to lose a little bit of natural light. It seems fine. Goodie.
Yeah, you look good.
Oh, thank you so much. This guy...
But,
okay.
I mean, what can I
Empty
say?
room.
You always look good, honestly. You always looking like a whole-ass snack over there.
As opposed to
you don't believe me?
a partial snack.
Ask your viewers. Ask your viewers. You look like a fucking Swiss roll. Delicious.
Okay. That's great. I've never been compared to a Swiss roll, but
Well,
there's a first time for everything.
you damn right there is. Actually, hold on. Let me think if there's a better snack. It's got to go with your color scheme, though. That was part of the reason I went with Swiss roll.
Let's see. I have a color scheme.
Well, of course you have a color scheme. You're chocolatey.
That could be interpreted differently when referring to a person. Anyway.
Well, whatever you infer, that's on you.
If you say so. If the most obvious and blindingly incontrovertible inference is something that I've put on, then that's fine.
By the very nature of it being an inference, it is 100% on you, sir.
Okay.
You don't want to play this game with me, bro. I'm a lawyer.
Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay, it was...
When are we going to watch Sonic?
What? Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to do that. I thought I was expecting you to say, when are we going to watch Yu-Gi-Oh? And then I realized, oh yeah, we were going to do Sonic.
Well, I want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh too, but I'm not in any rush to watch Yu-Gi-Oh. I've seen the entire series 3 times.
Not in Japanese.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to get something completely new out of the experience.
You are. It's not going to be ultra-censored. And
that's
you're
right.
going to
Instead
hear...
of
Bandit... Doro!
Right. And
which is
instead of
better.
seeing Bandit Keith point a finger at Pegasus, I'll see him point an actual gun.
That's correct. What am I using? I'm using a Dragon Lance, whatever that is. What is my Dragon Lance? What the fuck? Oh, it's, no, I've forgotten now. I'm fucking equipping. I have it equipped. I'm looking for something that is already equipped. That is my problem. I now understand.
I've tried to tell you that for years.
Okay. I understand my predicament. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to wait for...
am I missing in this game?
I couldn't imagine.
Hold on. Rocketeer, complete the regular season. I feel like I've done that. Champion, win the season championship. Done. I feel like I've done that. Team player, play against every team in a season. What? Oh, these are all storyline stuff. Perfect start. Win your first game of the season. Winning is winning. Win a season championship using Dominus in every game. Easy. Perform a 180-degree power slide with a Dominus or Takumi. Easy. Survival of the fittest. Equip a topper and win an unfair bot match. Okay. Spectacular. Win. Oh, with Merc or Grog, score 10 goals against pro-level bots or higher. With Ripper, score 10 goals against pro-level bots or higher. Make 50 total shots on goal using Merc, Grog, or Ripper. Easy. Registered voter. Head to the arena preferences and use all of your votes. Yeah?
On a scale of 1 to 10 for importance, how important do you think that I or anyone else hearing this is?
Dude, this is super important. We're talking about me 100%ing Rocket League, getting all the achievements. Is that not important to you?
Is it, like, difficult to do?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, let that speak for itself. And I didn't know
it does
that
speak
it
for
was...
itself. It's critical. It's taken me a year.
Okay. Yeah, that's different. You know, that might be an achievement for you, but... You know, that's your thing. Ready, says Dayin. Oh, I'm always ready, but I don't know if I'd want a 3-man with you. Mr... Oh, actually, he's better off than most people, I will admit. I've seen people at his hunch rank in a worse position, so we'll go with that. 3-man, Mr. Kushala Daora.
Can't believe you didn't want to hear my achievements, bro.
Well, I had a feeling that if I just let you keep going, I'd be sitting here listening to every single one of them individually.
You know, the irony is that I was on the last one, and I didn't get to read that one.
Well, you're welcome to if you feel
because
it's still
someone.
necessary.
No, it's too late. I already left the page.
Oh shit! I've ruined it, haven't I?
Well, you know, I don't want to say that that's true, but I think everyone here can, you know,
Determine
they can
that for
infer.
themselves.
They can infer from it
Okay.
what they will.
Okay.
I'm a little hurt, but hey, I'll recover. No worries, man.
It's alright. I'm struggling to actually find a single fuck to give, but I might find one a little later.
Who are you?
Well, I would say partially joking.
You know, in every joke, there's a nugget of truth.
I think this one might be a slab, or a, you know, a large boulder. I don't know. But anyway. I suppose one could say it was not intended maliciously. But it may have been malicious in every single way. Oh dear.
He laughs, but my feelings have been destroyed. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
at
know if
least
I'm gonna
I'm-
recover from this one, man.
is that right? Well,
Yeah.
at least I've played Rocket League with you before.
That's true, and we should do
least
that
I'm-
again soon.
No.
Well, I'm
wasn't
not asking
suggesting.
you to do it on stream, my guy, but
Oh,
come
I
on,
know.
it's not.
I know. I mean, well, you see, I would need even less time to say no.
I
If
mean,
it
I'm
were.
going to peer pressure you into doing it at some point. The fans demand it.
Okay, if you say so. I'm not playing Rocket League. Why would I do that? Like, on what planet would I have to be on to even for a moment consider that to be an option?
What do you mean? You don't have to consider it as an option. It's just like an option. Full stop.
What I mean to say is that I would consider it to be something to play in the future.
Oh, listen.
I have many games
You
that
know-
I want to live stream, you see.
I'm not telling you need to get ready to play Rocket League on stream. That's not what I'm saying at all.
I
What
know
I'm
that.
saying is you need to get ready for the peer pressure of me trying to convince you to play Rocket League on stream.
And I don't really need to get ready for that.
I don't know. I can be pretty convincing. You of all people know this.
Well, it's not that you are convincing, it's who you are to me that causes me to fold. Do you quite understand? When you say to me, Doom, I need you to download the Epic Games launcher so that we can play
He's never gonna
Dauntless.
let this go. He's never gonna let Dauntless go.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm never living that shit down, man. It's over.
You pleaded on bended knee.
Whoa,
me to play
hold on. Don't talk about my knees. My knees were not involved.
Well,
My
regardless,
knees had nothing to do with this.
all I can say is that you... there was a sense of desperation to have
You're just
me
putting
play.
all my dirty laundry out there. You're in rare form tonight, man.
No, I'm saying that the Dauntless situation, you couldn't write that shit. You couldn't make that shit up. Like, me downloading that launcher was like... I mean, it's one step away from willingly downloading a virus onto your computer, okay? So,
It really was.
it actually felt like adware. When I had
It looks like adware too.
It's incredible. I couldn't believe it. Like, I actually, I'm going off on something of a tangent, but I had installed the Epic Games launcher. The saga of which I was referencing previously had taken place the previous day, and it's a new day, a new life, and I opened my computer and I thought I had adware. I genuinely thought I had adware, but it was Epic Games doing this weird pop-up where it was saying, play this game. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
And it was like 100% free. Hot single moms in your area are down to suck a cock.
Fortunately not. We haven't, or Epic Games hasn't gone that far yet, but you never know.
Hot single games in your area.
Yes. Well, no, I just mean straight up, like, those sorts of ads. But anyway.
Hot single games in your area. Is your controller small? With one easy pill a day. Doctors hate him. Oh, wait, no. Game designers hate him.
Could be a form of rent a game, you know?
Yeah. Are
Digital
you
game
gaming
ownership.
right now? Stop gaming until you watch this video.
I'm so sorry that you can. This is exactly. This is exactly what I was about to say. You're too accurate with that.
Well, you being able to recognize its accuracy only speaks to the fact that you too have watched just a little too much.
That's not true, actually. Rather, the websites that I visit have those ads because they're dodgy websites that can't get ad revenue unless it's that kind of crap. I think those pay.
You
to
mean
the-
like Waifu Simulator?
not Waifu Simulator, more like image boards that can include NSFW content. So
Ugh, disgusting. Can't believe
Hello?
people have sex. Imagine the cringe.
yeah, no, that's unseemly, quite frankly. This has been a bit of a boring fight, I will say. I've just been sitting here poking away. The sooner it's over, the better, really. I'm not a Kushala Daora fan, never have been, never will be. I'm currently cornholing him, which is nice. Just to,
Hey, listen.
yeah.
Every now and then, there's nothing better than a good cornhole. You know what I'm saying?
I might need you to expand on that.
Don't worry about it. The corn will do it.
Okay, well, yeah, I was also thinking about that. But I particularly wanted to know, like, the perspective from which that statement was made. Like, are we talking about, like, personal experience, personal desire? Is that a requirement in your life? Or...
Good cornholing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, only if I get to provide the corn.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
See, now that's what I needed to establish.
Yeah. You're asking if I'm a top or a bottom.
Yes.
Bro, you knew that. You knew the answer to that.
It's not about me, it's about the audience.
I mean, you could have told him.
It's not as fun.
Yeah, that's true. Make me say it. Go ahead.
Speaking of
There's a
cornholing,
Listen, I don't know how many people are in chat right now, but there's a bunch of people who are just like, oh, I didn't know Ethan was gay. Like, genuinely.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, guys, I hate to disappoint. I'm sorry to let you down, but I'm not gay.
He's very comfortable.
Unfortunately, I do love the fairer sex.
He's quite comfortable in his heterosexuality.
Yeah. Ultra comfortable. I'm
which
like
is
giga comfortable.
unheard of these days.
Actually, I think it's really funny that, like, in the modern age, you actually come off as more hetero if you're, like, super flirty with your bros. Which blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind out of my brain. But it's really funny. Like, I can't tell you how often, like, my friends at work and I are just like, "What's up, cutie?" And then a girl will walk in and will be like, "Ew."
I think that would be me. I'd be the girl, but the guy walking in going, okay. Because, you know, it sounds like you're putting on the whole Valley Girl accent as well.
Oh, when I hit on my male friends, yeah, definitely. I have to. It's part of the charm of it.
Charm.
I'm sure.
I don't recall being charmed to the point of gagging, but...
Oh, it's out there.
Anyway, speaking of cornholing, I will corkscrew jab Kushala in the anus. Oh, I missed. Got him in the chest instead.
Speaking of cornholing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm glad we're talking about it, because honestly, I feel like I have some stuff to say, you know?
Yeah. Got some skeletons in the closet. Things about cornholing that you've suppressed from the world.
Yeah, I've got lots of skeletons in the closet, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do know. You just can't help yourself.
In the closet, in the basement.
Yeah.
This is how everyone should know I'm messing around. I'm in Florida. We don't have basements. Do you have a basement? Does Australia have basements?
No, we don't have basement.
I was gonna say we've got an aquifer, so we can't really have basements.
Right. That would be.
You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I used to think that the aquifer was literally a giant, like, system of tunnels filled with water.
I see.
I had no clue. It was just like, yeah, our dirt's wet. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I genuinely thought, like, yo, our fucking, our water, I thought we had a whole underground, like tunnel system filled with water.
Yeah, like a
turns
Roman sewage system.
Yeah.
So you can't
build
build basement.
We just got wet dirt.
Yeah. Hey, Axion. Good to see you guys all piling on in. We do have Ethan present for the first time in a while. And it's good. I mean, normally he'd be hunting with me if he were in the voice chat during the Monster recording, but he's currently unable to play.
Yeah.
But he's experiencing it through me, which is quite fun. There goes Zol. Zol is dead.
I guess it's not a huge deal that I can't hunt. Like I said, I would be absolute absolute abysmal if I actually tried.
I do think that you'd pick it up again quite quickly. I think it'd be maybe one hunt of really bad play, and then you'd be fine again. It's not like you've been taking a several year hiatus period.
That's true. I probably wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. You'd be quite alright, I'd say. Yeah, Zol got hit alright. Sent straight to camp. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Dayin... I think that would be a very clear indication of Dayin's confidence level in this hunt. Because he's out. He's like, nope, I'm done. And now I'm stuck with Zol. It's Zol or nothing. And I can't say my confidence level's too high either. Oh, fuck off, Gashala. Seriously. I don't even know if I've been playing decently. I've been playing entirely subconsciously.
You've been too busy trying to, like, keep me from saying something stupid on stream.
That's all, well, I lost that battle a long time ago.
Whatever.
I seem to recall the word poggers being mentioned, which is, I mean, not much I can do about that.
Poggers is poggers. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. I try to avoid modern vernacular so that this live stream doesn't date itself terribly in the future. But
you mean when they find it in like 2035, they're just like, oh my god, guys, look, this is what streaming used to be.
Not even. It's like going back and hearing someone say woot or pwned. It's like, oh.
Whoa. There's nothing wrong with saying woot or pwned.
When was the last time you used those words?
I mean, just now. See?
Aside
Look how
from
recent that was.
Your logic
I probably said...
Yeah.
I probably said pwned within the year, at least.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Do you recall the context?
It kind of like comes with the context, doesn't it?
Well, who was pwned and why?
I probably pwned somebody in Rocket League.
Oh, okay. Good to know. What about Woot?
You know, I cannot say that I've used Woot.
Okay. Which means you've had nothing to celebrate about.
No, I mean, I got stuff I could celebrate, I mean...
But not to the point where you'd start yelling out Woot.
Yeah, I just recently discovered my love of cornhole.
That's not recent.
Oh my gosh. I have to stop playing Rocket League so I can focus on the stream, man. Because I'm just like, I'm getting laughs just a second too late. And besides that, between me and you, I'm on a Smurf and I'm trying to, like, lose.
Oh my god.
Listen, my teammates are not having it. They're very unhappy with me.
Well, I can imagine.
They're like
very
bumping me
unhappy
and
with
stuff,
you.
and they're just like, oh my god, this guy's trying to throw. And it's like, guys, it's not a big deal. It's just like your rank, you know? It's just that thing that, like, I would, like, lose my mind about if somebody did it to me.
Oh, it's time to corkscrew again.
Oh
Duck's
god,
ass.
he actually throws the shot.
Yeah.
Wow, these guys can't score. It's actually nuts. I'm sitting here trying to score for them, and they keep bumping me. Oh god, my team has it. No goal.
Rocket
Alright,
League
that's
updates from Ethan. What's he doing now, that crazy guy with the car hitting the ball?
Hey, look. I'll stop in a second, then I won't talk about it no more. But give me this.
Okay.
Oh my god, am I... Oh, here we go. Here it is. Nope. All right, shoot that.
I don't know how much longer this hunt's going to go for. I can only hope that it won't last too much longer. I don't have much confidence in a quick hunt, but I do think we will succeed. Of course, capturing's not an option for reasons that I don't really need to elucidate on. And this is one of my least favourite old dragons, so I'm having a great time. Zol is... Actually, what is he using? It looks like the Serregio Sword and Shield? Am I correct in saying that? I think it is. It looks like the Serregio Sword and Shield, so... I mean, it's probably fine, but... it'd help if I could hit the monster when thrusting.
That's a very attractive set you have on.
You think so?
I do, yeah. I like it. It suits the weapon that you're using.
Hmm. I think it's a little bit of a mess. So I would say everything except the helmet works well. I'd say the...
you don't like the red, huh?
Yeah, well, it absolutely fits the weapon, yeah, but... if we were to look at the weapon plus this helmet, the colour matches exactly. Like, they've used the exact same colour. But... the helmet with the rest of the set, no. Doesn't really match the style. Something along the lines of a knight's helmet would look better with this, I feel. This is a pretty bad hunt. I mean, I suppose I made a mistake in departing with 3 people. But I wasn't expecting that guy, what's his name? Dayin to actually abandon us like that. I'm trying to support you, Zol, I really am. I could only get to the life pounders so fast.
Yeah. That's a bummer drummer, my guy.
It's gonna get worse if we actually fail this quest. Could you imagine? I couldn't. And then I've got some random tornado. Put that shit away, man. I live here. And I'm not moving. This is my home.
Wow, that's a really good impression.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that. Nah. But the point
no, it
is,
was a great impression of like a... do it again? It sounded like an old man.
Yeah, well, I'm imagining in my mind some guy who lives in Tornado Alley who has done so all his life and is quite content to rebuild his house every 3 years.
By hand.
Yes. He doesn't mind being fished out of the rubble of his house every season. No problem, man. This is my home. Was your home.
What, does he have like a Bogan accent, or...?
Ooh, I don't know. Whatever his accent ends up.
When you say Tornado Alley, are you talking about our Tornado Alley, or do you guys have your own?
Your Tornado Alley.
Oh, if it's our Tornado Alley, he's gonna sound like this. I ain't leaving. This is my home. Where I come from. Where I buy my groceries.
Oh dear. Zol has returned. She's ready to help with the hunt. I mean, I take full responsibility for the fact that this hunt, or I will share in the responsibility of the fact that this hunt has taken quite a while, but I do feel like I was not well supported. I'm doing what I can, man. Doing what I can. I couldn't very well counter that now, could I?
Oh, you know what else he would say?
Well,
I tell you what. He'd hit you with the I tell you what.
yeah. He's pronouncing the W. What? Oh, I was hoping to counter that tail. Oh, you seem to be pained, Kushal. I would like that to become death.
Yeah,
Destroyer
just
of worlds.
kill him already, you know? I mean, jeez. It is nice how he takes so little damage from you. Is this not a G-rank quest?
No, he only knocked me a little bit there. He's dead.
Okay.
Only took 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Better than failing.
This is true. Nice work, says Zor. That's not a sentiment that I can share. I don't feel like nice work has been undertaken. Arexian was worried. Well, thank you for being worried. I'm sure your worry has helped me succeed in some way. A big outpouring of emotion from the chat is needed in this moment. Because I'm emotionally dead after this experience. Oh. And now you're attacking me with... You're using Round Force 3. You fucker. At least he knows that he can't use it with other people because he didn't. I don't recall him ever using it.
Round Force 3 is really good.
Not if you're fucking up your teammates the whole time. It's not as
That
big
is
of a deal
true.
for a lance. It's terrible if you're trying to use a greatsword, though. Any very procedural weapon that requires, you know, like a specific combo that would be terribly interrupted with Roundhouse 3. I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad, but lance is not really a weapon that would suffer too terribly. But still, I'm pretty sure he didn't use it during the fight. But yeah, that was balls. I don't want to experience that again. I'm all Kushala'd out after that. Goodbye, Zol. Ugh. Now let's make sure we find... Oh, Super Pig. With Hellblade EX on the board. Super Pig, you can super... go make an EX room or something. This is a name that I cannot read. Who knows? They might not be able to read it either. Oh, it's Natalie.
Can't read that name?
Well, you know, the problem is those are not, you know, words to be used in the English language, you see, or letters to be used in the English language. But if I read it that way, yes, it says Natalie, but still. No.
Do you know what letters the from what alphabet those letters come from?
I believe it's Greek. 'Cause that's Ypsilon, I think, at the end, and then... the first one, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not exactly what you'd call learned when it comes to linguistics. The Witching Dance. Which is, I believe, Lizard's Francis 888. Peter 888. These guys are fucking Chinese. They must be. But why are they calling themselves Francis and Peter? It's very strange. I didn't even need to see the room name to know they were Chinese, because they've got the 888 going on. Maybe they'll think they'll get better drops if they have 888. Gentleman. Oh, I must join Gentleman. He is a gentleman. Would you mind engaging in some hunts with me, sir?
Why, yes, of course. Off a cigar.
Sounds like he's coughing on the cigar. And unfortunately,
Well,
the
naturally.
gentleman left.
Oh no.
He's the only reason why I
come
came
on.
here. And he's gone.
Hit him with the oh come on. He'll come
Well, I
back.
can't, he's not even here. That is a very interesting hunting horn. Look at that. I've never seen that hunting horn before. Elderfrost Singer, that's pretty cool. Some kind of stringed instrument. I don't know if it's a guitar. Suppose it is. Seems that everyone here is thoroughly unsure of what to do, which is always a good sign. It means a whole lot's going to get done in not much time at all, as you can imagine. It's just as well I've got the patience that this community lacks. And now I'm being spammed with some sort of Chinese phrase. Not that you can see that, I'm in the way of the chat. But just imagine it. And it'll probably concur with what I'm having to look at right now. Zeta has finally posted, was probably instructed in Chinese to post something. Not once but thrice. And Gormagala, actually, no, I don't really want a 3-man. I feel like that would be bad luck after my previous experience. Let's go Charge Blade. Wrath Flame Uber Nova. Oh, goodness me. When are we going to play World at War?
Oh, the $1 million questions here, folks.
Yeah.
Soonish.
When?
Soonish.
Soonish.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm less than enthused by that.
What do you mean?
Well, soonish in your language means like...
Stop. Don't start with my language. Actually, no, I want to know what it translates to.
It means I haven't thought about it, and I'm not going to think about it. Come back to me later. Is that accurate enough? Hello?
Say it one more time. Say it one more time. I want to really hear the full translation. Give it to me.
No. You
No,
heard
please.
it. You heard
I didn't hear. Listen. I need to absorb it.
No.
So let's go to Google Translate. Hold on.
No. Oh dear.
And Ethan, soonish is. Hold on. All right. So to be distant enough. All right. Hold on. This is it. To be distant enough that it makes whoever asks happy, but close enough, or far enough that Ethan doesn't have to think about it right this second. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You hit that nail on the head, didn't you?
Just a little
Pronounced Su-na-ish.
That's a 3-syllable word.
No, it's not, but for some reason it's written as one. This must be a typo.
I didn't actually think it was. I don't want to wait for too long, but I want to wait. These people are probably very confused as to why I haven't yet readied up. But I really don't want to 3-man, but I guess I'm doing it. I was told in no uncertain terms to depart right now. Maybe they were uncertain. It was a bunch of Chinese characters and then OK! Exclamation mark. Twice it was sent. Which I translate to mean ready the fuck up right now, you white monkey. So I have done so.
I love a white monkey, man. That's what they call me in Rocket League.
Okay. Okay.
Because I ape all over the ball.
Sure. It's good to know. People seem to call you many things. That's one thing
I'm a
that
man of many nicknames.
You seem to be. And of course, HYM1996 just joined. And apparently his date of birth is extremely relevant. And we're not going to be getting hit by this monster anytime soon. We're going to play it properly. I was finding Kushala Daora very foolishly before. I'm going to try and pay a little more attention to the hunt this time. And I do mean a little more attention. But yeah, I'm also supposed to get Potato to play World at War with me, you know. He's going to. He can't at this time.
What?
But starting next week he should be.
Here this guy goes out here trying to make me jealous with his potato.
No. That's not even that. I'm just...
Well, Potato will play World of War with me, and he's not gonna do it soonish. He's just gonna do it soon.
Okay, so it's good to know. Next week is actually sooner than your soonish, which is
Yes,
really
you knew that,
worrying. I did know that, but to hear it being outright admitted to, I mean, that's... Well,
Yeah,
I'm
these are
very
trade
sad.
secrets here, man. These are
Very
trade
sad.
secrets. Cut the stream. Go to commercial.
No. Well, I can do that, you know.
I know. I don't know why you don't. It's like you don't care about making money.
Yeah. Strange thought.
Hey, he's got ads for days. What are you afraid that you're gonna click an ad and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy has ads. I'm out of here."
No. As I understand it, people who don't subscribe to me get ads anyway. So the last thing I'm going to do is risk a person getting ads twofold.
Oh,
I'd hate
I
that.
see.
So, yeah, I'm not
Well,
going to
I've
be
never
running
gotten
ad
ads.
breaks. I think you've, well, I don't know.
Then again, I'm also subscribed to you. But I never got ads before I was subscribed to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard from people, like, a line I've heard I think twice or three times is, I couldn't stand the ads, so I subscribed. Something along those lines. That's more like paraphrasing, but yeah. What that tells me is that I really shouldn't be running ad breaks. I hadn't really considered it, but yeah. I put some thought into it once and came up with that. So yeah, ad breaks, gross. I wonder how that affects the VOD. I guess it's like a blank space that's just stitched together or something. I would imagine that's how they do it.
I don't think it affects the VOD at all because, like you said, people that subscribe to you can see it. So you can see, like, you can see what's going on.
See, I didn't know the people who were subscribed to me wouldn't see the ad break. I just assumed that it would make it so that you didn't see ads that would randomly play outside of my control. I don't know.
Yeah, no, like, just the other day I was watching John Sandman, and what he did was he had an ad break, and then he told all of the people that are subscribed to him to laugh really hard in chat and make it seem like something crazy happened while they were on ad break. And then when everyone came back, he was like, don't tell them what went down during the ad break.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Very sneaky.
He's pretty sneaky, sis.
If
Don't
I
let
was
me
cynical
forget to turn
about
the
it, I'd say
volume
that
back
he
up
was...
on my phone.
If I was cynical about it, I'd say he was being dirty and trying to get more subscribers. But
No, his fans called him out immediately. They were just like, you said just to do that before the ad break started.
no.
Like, he mistimed it. It was just a laugh. He's a good guy. He's pretty funny.
That's fine.
You know that Tyler tried to send out the call for Minecraft again recently?
I saw that. I'm not opposed if, you know,
Well,
you know.
there's a new server.
Yes. Is the old
Yeah.
one backed up in any way?
The old one is still there. It's not going anywhere. He just made a new one so that we could just goof off and start fresh. And
Yeah.
we played a little bit, but I gotta admit, like, Minecraft doesn't hit with me like it does with some people, man. I don't know if it's just that, like, Minecraft vanilla doesn't hit me, or because I've never played it modded, or, like, you know, you go into like Bed Wars or something like that on, like, what is it called, Sky Pixel or whatever, and it just doesn't hit with me like it does with some people.
Yeah, Tyler gets pretty serious about it.
Oh my god, dude, trying to pry him off of that to play Rocket League was, like, honestly trying to pry something really hard to pry open.
Oh. Well, he did spend a lot of time, and I spent a bit of time as well. But, you know, I will have to abstain, I think. I don't want to put time into something that may just disappear, you know. Disappear in the sense that it won't be... we won't stick to it, we'll move on. I don't like that. I'm very much about time investment and sensible investment of time. And You know, if I put all this time into my Monster Hunter character here, you know, I'll have a character that I can come on and play that is well developed for this live stream series that I'm doing. But for Minecraft, you know, what am I getting out of it? I guess what I'm getting out of it is the enjoyment of creating in the moment, but I don't really feel like there's an overall worth to what I'm doing. That's the way I look at it. And it became abundantly clear when I more or less walked away from the previous server, which I wasn't anticipating.
You say that, but like if any of these people that are here in the stream watching actually got to see some of the stuff that you created, it would blow their minds.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, there are some
You're
pretty... No. People get really extreme about Minecraft and it changes people's perspectives on what's good. Because, like, the things that I did were done in, you know, a few days, whereas some people spend, like, a year working on this thing, and that becomes the benchmark for something well designed. But,
you're well designed.
Thank you. But yeah, I want to do something with Tyler again. It's just, you know, the stuff that I play probably wouldn't be stuff that he plays. And I don't really play many multiplayer games anymore, honestly. I suppose World at War would be one of the few ones. But I enjoyed spending time with him. And I'd like that to continue in some form.
He thought you were mad at him.
No.
Yeah, I tried to explain it to him.
I'm not good at communicating in that way. I knew that he'd probably interpret it that way, but I still didn't get off my ass and clarify it for him, so... Anyway. It is what it is. No, definitely not mad at him. There's nothing to be mad at him for. But... I'm not a very pursuant type of person when it comes to interpersonal relationships, so...
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. There are days when I'm just like, he forgot I exist.
No, I don't forget people exist. I just get, I just don't naturally pursue people, I guess. I'm always open to be pursued.
Nah, big city doom. Big city doom. You got a job now. Look at this guy. Coming out of the woodwork with his career or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
How's that job treating you, by the way?
It's good. It's relaxing. It's better than waiting tables, I can tell you that. Anything's better than that at this point for me. I wasn't going to continue in that. There was just no way.
Well, honestly, you guys don't get tipped like we do over here, do you? You're like a flat hourly?
We just get paid well.
Whatever, bro. I saw that face you made.
We just get paid, man. Like, I mean, we get tipped and we get paid, so I don't know. It depends on who comes. We don't have much of a tipping culture, but as soon as the Americans come, it's like, oh, hello. We get flooded with money because they think everywhere's the same. They think everywhere people just don't get paid, so you have to give money out of your own pocket so someone can eat. Are you
swatting a fly? What's going on? You got a bug?
No, I'm emoting the process of taking money out of one's pocket and giving it to someone. But most of it was off camera, so it probably didn't achieve anything. Also, I'm not doing another Fatalis. I've had my fill of Fatalis. I did Fatalis. I think I did a lot of Crimson recently. I did Black Fatalis, a failed Black Fatalis as I seem to recall, earlier on in this video, and yeah, fuck that. This person can't fit Yggdrasil into his name creation, so he's going to settle for this. Vicky and Nemesis. Let's see what's going on in this room. There's a whole lot of fucking nothing going on in this server at the moment. A bit too far in the corner. Don't like it. Actually, maybe it's better that way. So, oh look. They departed without me. Well, not like departed without me. They departed before I joined, so... Jungle Funk. I've missed out. I could have fought a pink monkey. I was just talking about Congalala. Some guy, well, his name's Arx. He's an acquaintance of mine in the Hunsterverse server. He was talking about how Congalala would be harder than Rajang if he dealt the damage that a Rajang dealt, which I don't believe to be true. And I said to him, well, if you fight Hyper Congalala in Double Cross, you'll find that he's not harder than a Raja, and he's doing heavy damage. And Arx was like, oh, well, I'm talking about Monsanto Freedom Unite because this is the Monsanto Freedom Unite channel. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
And you just can't agree with anyone on anything, huh? You and your mayonnaise on pizza. And
yeah.
The definition of soonish.
It's technology, or technology retail, basically. Spaceman. People will come in and I will explain to them why they don't need a fucking micro USB adapter for their iPhone. And, yeah. That sort of business. Mostly people who are technologically deficient. Mentally deficient when it comes to the knowledge of technology. And, yeah, I just sort of help them out. It's amazing. You don't realize how many people still do not turn to the internet for information. They'll turn up and, like, ask fucking stupid questions like, what charger do I need for my... You know, some device that I haven't seen, they don't know what it's called, and I'm supposed to tell them what charger they need for it. I'm like, well, look, was it manufactured recently? Like, when was it manufactured? And then, you know, we start to go on this fucking circular discussion. Anyway, no, it's good. I mean, I'm making it sound like it's a bad thing, but it's enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. It has a lot to do, and it's good fun. Oh yeah, people do not really Google anything. It's kind of sad. But I understand people who are past a certain age, like let's say if you're over 50, fair enough, but I know plenty of middle-aged people who are perfectly internet savvy and know how to Google. Like, why can't everyone adapt? I mean, it's not about adapting even, it's you've got a wealth of knowledge at your fingertips, and because you don't want to spend just a tiny amount of time just to learn how to navigate these things, you're just going to completely close yourself off to that wealth of information. It's weird. I don't understand it. I mean, it's not... There's no way to do it better than that. You're not going to find it in a book, you know, so... I'm just going to go around and ask someone and hope that they know. Hope that I can somehow scan their memories of their laptop and know what connector they have.
Do you mind if I ask you a question really quick?
Of course.
I need your input here. I need you to tell me if this is too mean. My friend posted, I love listening to WAP on the radio. You know what WAP is, right?
Mm-mm.
It's a rap song. It's an acronym for wet
ass pussy, yeah. My friend told me about that. He was like, there's this fucking song that's like really high up on the charts right now, and he just found out that it stands for wet ass pussy, and the both of us just had a collective facepalm moment and then moved on with our lives. But anyway, do go on.
My friend posted, I love listening to WAP on the radio. And then my other friend, Emil, he said, I love listening to WAP on mute. And I felt like I needed to one-up that, so I said, WAP is for girls that Febreze their underwear.
Fucking hell.
Is that too mean?
No. But I don't even know where to start with that one. Fuck's sake. I don't know what's going on. Why? How hard is it to get into a room with 4 fucking people? You know what? No. I'm gonna be that guy. Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm referring to the people in the room that cannot possibly hear me, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that guy who leaves the room. Because, to start with, I don't even really want to hunt silver rafflers all that much. It's just as well that I...
I can't even get you to, like, hunt silver or gold.
Oh, I do sometimes, but...
Earns no deviation. or is that no deviance?
Deviant. No, it's actually turns no developers allowed. If you're a Monster Hunter developer, you're not welcome. I was making a joke about that earlier on, actually. Because Dev is usually developer in the gaming world. Hunter is making a very clear gesture that he is happy to do whatever someone posts. Just standing with their back turned to me, staring at the quest board. But I don't really have anything I want to do either, so there you go. Let us both... That's going to be really funny. Someone's going to join the room, and we're both going to be standing here at the quest board. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, you just got me thinking about when I was a kid, and like I played MMOs for whatever reason. Because as an adult, I absolutely hate MMOs. I feel like the actual like formula of an MMO is boring as hell. But you got me thinking about it. And I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a mod on like an MMO because they were gods in their world, basically. And I used to think that there was a mod following me around.
Oh my god!
Invisible. What? You know what I mean? I don't know. I would sit there and
you
I'd be playing
genuinely
Maple Story
thought that, or you entertained the possibility of that being the case?
Number two.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm being told to look up a koala's battle cry.
What?
Okay.
I would imagine it sounds quite demented. Hello, Autonomic.
I don't know. I've never heard a koala before. Is it scary?
I didn't know they called. I mean, it makes sense that they do, but...
Alright, I'm gonna play it.
Do I have to? Okay.
Did you hear that?
No. There's nothing.
Oh my god. Okay, good.
Yeah, maybe I would be better off not experiencing that. This is not the most active room I've ever joined. We're both just standing
here. What are you
here.
talking about? Hunter is chilling.
Well, I mean, we're both chilling, but no one's joining. That's the problem. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with this community?
Level 904?
Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna be a 999 soon.
That's why I'm playing this game as frequently as I am. I'm trying to work towards it. Otherwise, I'd be playing a bit more 3 Ultimate, to be fair. But, no.
You're gonna be one of the brave and the few.
Not really. It's not much of an achievement in this game. You rank up so easily. Yeah. I mean, it's still an achievement. I'm 1,000 hours in. But by comparison, I'm about the same length of time into 3 Ultimate. And I'm Hunter rank 450 something in that game. 440 something. Whereas in this game, I'm 904. So, yeah, that's the comparison. Is this the stand at quest board and do nothing stream? No. I am very close to leaving. I just thought it was entertaining that when I walked in, it was Hunter standing at the quest board, very clearly indicating that he is not going to be posting and that he will do whoever's quest. And I'm
This
also
is
in the same
interesting.
boat.
Because I'm wondering if this person is not just AFK.
Well, there's the answer to your question.
Shit.
And guess what?
You
know what? That was like a... I didn't even realize that there might have been this subtle who's going to choose first sort of thing going on here. And Hunter was like, fuck, I'll do it.
He was tired of waiting too. On his stream, he was talking mad shit about you.
Maybe, yeah. It's possible. Yeah. I wasn't really talking mad shit about him though, but I can, because he's named himself Hunter in Monster Hunter, which is one of the most uncreative things a person could possibly do.
No, I kind of like that.
Why?
Because well, can you read that back for me just one more time? Hit me with the why.
Why?
That was glorious. Here's why. First of all, I like it because there's something kind of romantic about the idea of the hunter that you're playing at. Don't roll your eyes. Oh my god.
No, because listen.
You listen. I'm telling you. Why.
Okay.
But don't roll your eyes while I'm telling you.
I wasn't rolling your eyes in the way that you thought I was.
Okay. All right. Well,
But do
an eye
continue.
roll is an eye roll.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, all right, so you and I both have the theory about the lore on Monster Hunter about how there's like only a couple of really, really powerful hunters out there that are strong enough to kill something like a white Fatalis. And you are one of them. And, you know, how there's only one canon kill for just about each of the monsters. And your naming yourself Hunter is kind of like calling yourself the man with no name. You're known as the Hunter. You know what I mean? I like that.
The problem with that is that too many people do it. And it's a bit of a low-hanging fruit. Now, I don't really want to pursue the subject because it's not for me to decide what a person decides to name themselves. Like, whatever. Power to you. But I do think that it's not very creative. I was really just jokingly throwing a punch at Hunter when you said that I was giving him mad shit or whatever. But, no, I don't really care. I've seen it time and time again, and I just don't relate to the thought process behind it.
I feel that. You said unoriginal, you didn't say bad.
Yeah. But I would say more than anything, I look at it slightly differently to you. I think what you just said would be giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think some people, if not most people who name themselves Hunter, do that because they just can't really think of anything that would be better. They're just like, well, I'm a hunter, so I'll call myself Hunter. I don't think they're thinking about the lore. Yeah. Ethan and I are definitely Malfestio fans. This is a high rank hyper, by the way, not a G rank hyper.
Oh, so basically you can just hit it however you want.
Oh, I'll be hitting it alright. Whoops. Didn't intend for that. Not going to be hitting it very much if I've left the area. Could have named himself Artemis. Or not. Would have been even better. The Monster Hunter movie's the best Monster Hunter movie. It might not be the best movie, but it's the best Monster Hunter movie. Which is almost a direct quote from some article that I read.
I watched both of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't really weigh in on the animated movie. I'm not going to watch it, but I'd like to... Oh my fucking god. Why did you post the high rank, you absolute dork of a human being? I mean, that was... Thanks you for hunting, says Hunter. Yeah, you're quite welcome. Why did you post the high rank?
So should we talk about this movie? I think we should.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. As we all know,
Yes.
the live-action Monster Hunter movie with Mila Jovovich was absolutely disrespectful to the series and a joke. In fact, just the fact that Mila Jovovich was in it at all, from the trailers onward, should have been a clue to everyone involved that it was going to be terrible. And I'm not saying that Mila Jovovich is a bad actor. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of times she's in bad movies. Resident Evil is a perfect example of this. Then again, she was also in The Fifth Element, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. But there's something just cursed about her, where it's especially recently, where her movies are just not that good. And Monster Hunter in particular, as a movie, was abysmal. It was actually terrible, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen. Now, if you go and you watch the animated Monster Hunter movie, it's interesting because the movie is about characters that we know from the games. Did you know that?
Yes.
That's interesting to me. Specifically about the Ace Hunter and his crew. And this is a movie that very much looks like... First of all, the animation is awful. Well, I want to say awful, but at the same time, it depends on their budget. Like, their budget might have been limiting, and if their budget was limiting, it was okay. But
there's no reason why it should have been limited.
Right, but there were scenes in it that reminded me specifically of like one of those old Christmas specials from the late 90s, you know, where it was
Oh.
like claymation. Just, ew, don't make that face, please. Oh my god, somebody clip that.
Please don't.
So, here's the weird part. The main character does stuff like puns constantly about monsters. He's constantly making monster puns, which severely detracted from the film.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it took me out of it constantly. I was just like, bro, like, this is... Why?
Well, this is the thing. For some
Like,
people,
for instance,
they don't
why
care
does there
about
have
that.
to be a why does it? It's like the vocal tick version of Naviru. Like, no, thank you. Get that shit out of here. I'm not
This is the
interested.
problem. I mean, it clearly outlined the standard from before the movie even came out. Like those official Twitter posts, like "We're ready to kick some Lunastra." I mean, forget it. I mean, that was apparently a line in the bloody movie, but why am I going to read that and go ha ha ha, or think that that's clever, or even
Can't wait to see this film. You
yeah,
know what I
find
mean?
myself in any way incentivized to spend 45 minutes or whatever of my life watching that? No.
No, it's abysmal. It should not be taken seriously or watched. It's
Like,
oh, well, I'll say this. This is the part. I don't want to say it shouldn't be watched because the movie structurally not that bad. Not that bad.
right.
It seemed like a really long episode of an anime. I didn't hate moments of it. The voice acting is not terrible. There are some characters that are voice acted pretty well. I like some of the stuff that they did. I do not like the monsters that they chose to show up. I felt like those should have been saved because it's like they knew the movie was going to be a failure right off the rip because they put some heavy hitters in there that they had no business. They had no business being used the way that they were. And finally, why do you present yourself as something that is okay for kids and then cover extremely adult subject matter? Like, the movie is framed like it's for kids, but then it has extremely adult subplots. When I say that, I don't mean anything sexual. I mean, like, life and death.
Right.
And there were a couple of areas in the movie where they tried to manufacture drama that really bored the shit out of me.
I see. My concern conceptually with the movie, and this is particularly why I wasn't suddenly more forgiving of its existence, because it involved characters from the series. You know, oh yeah, that's an improvement from that stupid live-action movie, technically, but the reason why that wasn't okay for me was because I knew that what they should have done was focus on story elements relating to the very beginning of the series, which you're fairly familiar with, Ethan, as well. You know, there's quite a rich history to this series, which deserves to be covered not only comprehensively, but also with a series that's very well animated. We need good production value, we need someone with real inspiration to sit down and make something good out of this. You know, we're dealing with a series, the Monster Hunter series, which was one of the biggest game series in Japan, a country that has achieved a mastery of animated film and television, and we've never had a decent animated series for Monster Hunter. We had Monster Hunter Stories, but that show was Pokemon gone wrong. So,
Oh, yeah, it was.
quite frankly, I find it insulting that the first piece of animated film we get is that, and I find it furthermore insulting that the community is going to sit there and go, oh, well, it's better than the movie, it's better than the movie. Yeah, it is better than the movie, you're right. But I think we need to raise the bar a little bit, guys. Why
Please.
am I the only person who's seemingly unsatisfied with mediocrity? I feel like the entire community today can be summed up with the following phrase: it's not terrible, so I'll eat it up. This series is worth more than that, and I would like for people to realise that a little more intimately. It shouldn't require me sitting here saying that for people to get that. It's not fucking complicated. You know, this is not some generic series. This is an incredibly rich series, both in terms of story, if we're at least referring to the older games, and certainly in terms of inspiration, game design, and creativity. It's worth more than a shitty Hollywood movie that has absolutely no creative value to it, and it's certainly better than a 90s Christmas special. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the movie, and that's why I'm not going to be watching it. I'm not going to watch it for the same reason that I didn't watch the Monster Hunter movie. It is because it is beneath the dignity of the series, and so I will not support it. Not just by not purchasing it or, you know, allocating money to it, but more specifically, I'm going to reject its existence by not even giving it my time. So that's the reality, and people are free to enjoy it. They're absolutely free to enjoy it, but I don't have time to enjoy it. Yeah, well, some people genuinely like it, I think. But anyway, that's my position on the movie. And I don't need to see it to say everything I've said, because it's obvious that it's beneath the standard. It's obvious.
Or it's exactly on the mark of the current standard.
That as well. And it's such a dangerous time for the standard to drop for a series, right as a new community is being established who don't know how it was before. That is the worst time for the standard to drop, because then you'll have an entire generation of people playing this series and engaging in any media relating to the story or relating to the series who are going to be fine with that, because that's what they're familiar with. They're like, yeah, this is Monster Hunter. So, yeah. This is what I mean when I'm talking about the death of the series.
I'm not gonna lie at all. Like, when I was younger and playing Monster Hunter on my PSP, right? Like, I didn't think for a second that the world of Monster Hunter, as it's been shown to us, was like this. Like, it just felt so different to me. It felt so much more heavy and
Yo.
It's just something else to it. It feels like it's being laughed at. Feels like they're making a laugh out of something that I really loved.
And it's also the fact that it was originally a very dark series. Like, first and second gen Monster Hunter was dark. Like, conceptually, in terms of the story, in terms of the themes, it was a dark sort of thing. Now it's, you know, fucking, you know, I might get diabetes if I consume the current stuff coming out. It's so fucking sweet and flowery and ugh. That's what it feels like. I mean, I've never really thought about it in that way, but I was reminded of that with what you just said. But it's just, and yeah, I feel like it is an insult to the series, like most of what's coming out.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it's in the same world.
No, I was not autonomic. I had set up Ice Light Bowgun for Diablos, which was the last quest that was posted. Unfortunately, we just missed that fourth player. But yeah, I was just talking about yesterday, even, that, remember Sam and how negative he was being about Rise before it came out, whereas you and I were actually willing to give it a try. We were kind of excited for it. We were like, oh yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here, whereas, you know, Sam, I seem to recall a voice chat where it was you, me, and Sam was like, no, the game's gonna suck, it's gonna be so bad. And we had spent, you know, a few days up until that point talking about how we felt really good about what was going to come. And yet, you and I were very quick to just lose interest in Rise, whereas Sam just, after all he had said, he played the game and seemed so desperate to enjoy himself, so desperate to like it, that he knowingly switched himself off to everything that was wrong with it for a little while. Which I find really interesting. It's not like a dig at him, it's an observation of the fact that, you know, people really do want to enjoy this series, even if they talk shit about it. And I think I'm sort of one of those people, but not to that extent. If the game's bad, the game's bad. I'm not gonna...
Does he play it now, or what's he playing?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he still plays it. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he stopped. He definitely was playing it for a full month, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, you and I haven't talked to Sam in a minute ever since the Great Minecraft debacle.
Well, I guess that's true, but...
We still
Oh,
love
no.
Sam, by the way, everybody in the audience.
Oh, yeah,
We just
Sam's fine.
invited him to a Minecraft world, and he was very
That
dismissive of
wasn't...
it. He even murdered me.
well, that wasn't even... That wasn't like a period of drama. That was just a thing that happened, and it didn't have any negative consequences on any sort of relationship. It was just a thing that happened, and it wasn't a big deal, so...
Bro, let me paint them a picture. Let me give them some drama, okay?
Well, no, it just so happens that the last time we talked to him was then, but it's not because of
Yeah.
what happened that we haven't talked to him since.
He's right. That had nothing to do with why we haven't talked to him. The real
So
reason
that's
I don't
why
talk
it
to him
needs
is
to
'cause
be...
he's a little shithead.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with that. The reality is that he's got his own group of friends, and we... What really ended up happening was we had a group of friends that ultimately broke apart. Ethan and I stayed friends, and Sam was still friends with us, but he found another group of friends.
He's still
And-
friends with us.
Yeah, what I mean is that in terms of, like, associating with each other, he's mostly with
Yeah.
that group and we're not with his group, so therefore, you know, we're not talking every day kind of thing. But
Yeah, I still tell people about my friend who is like a top of the world speedrunner in Monster Hunter. I brag about it all the time.
he wasn't a speedrunner.
Well, what would you call it?
Well, I guess it is speedrunning, isn't it? But he didn't
Yeah.
really... What he did was, I think, he would rather calculatedly work out the best way to hunt that specific monster, but he wouldn't go around speedrunning the game. I'd say speedrunning is
I
probably
see
more
what
like, let's look at what Shepard was doing. He was actually speedrunning the game. He would start a new character and then try to finish as quickly as possible. That's more of a speedrun, whereas he's just trying to complete the quests as fast as possible. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's semantics at the end of the day, but...
Wonder what that son of a gun is doing these days. Shepard, I mean.
Oh, I get YouTube recommendations from him. He's just doing Rise stuff. I don't know if he sold
really?
his soul to it or what, but... I strongly believe that he's smarter than to actually think Rise is a good game, so I think he feels pressured into recording it. I
I'll
could
tell
be
you
wrong.
what, Rurikon and Eric's are 100% post Kool-Aid.
Really? Like they've
Oh,
completely, like no dignity, just straight up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I don't know about no dignity, but I can tell you one thing: if they do think it's a good game, they must really believe it. If they have any dignity, if they have any dignity, they must really think the game
Yeah. Well, clearly. Well,
Which
admittedly
doesn't make any sense to me.
it wouldn't paint you in a good light to do a 180 on that. They were very pro Rise, so.
But I can tell you once the Jinjinx and Tuna guys, I guess they had their drama, like they one of them came out with a video saying like I don't enjoy this game anymore because of how it is. Like
It's certainly
I
a
remember watching
divisive
that.
matter. I mean, and polarizing. I think some people really like the direction it went in, and then others think it's a fucking joke. And it's a surprising number of people who don't like Rise. I've said this before, but I find it hilarious that Capcom succeeded in disenfranchising not just the people who played World, but the people who liked traditional Monster. They succeeded in dividing the community 3 ways, and they couldn't have fucked
Which
it up
is-
harder.
Kind of impressive.
It is impressive, not in a good way. It is very impressive. And I sort of understand how they ended up reaching that point. They foolishly were trying to satisfy both crowds and instead well and truly alienated both groups. But anyway, I believe they did it by just making a straight up bad game. I don't think it's about, you know, they valued one particular thing that would suit a certain group of people. I think which they kind of did. They were ultimately looking to satisfy mainstream gamers who wanted more for less time spent at the game. But it felt like just a straight up bad game. So, yeah. I mean, some things were good about it, obviously. It wasn't like a terrible game from start to finish, but...
I didn't hate the maps.
The maps were good. I very much
And the
enjoyed the
music
maps,
was
and
good. The music was good.
actually the monsters were pretty good. Like, the new monsters, I enjoyed them. And I think that's something to be encouraged, you know? Making
What was the one monster
new
you didn't
monsters
like?
and
It
have
was
them be
the-
good. That's
It was
important.
the Zenogre clone that you weren't a fan of.
Yeah, that, I remember his name, and I don't want to know. Don't want to know. Don't even say his name. I'd rather forget. But,
I
yeah, he
forgot
was-
his name until you told me, like, don't tell me his name, and now I'm, like, fighting every instinct to say it.
no, it's, I've genuinely managed to forget it, interestingly. It's not even coming back to me. I've blocked out that whole period in my life. Somehow.
Just imagine the commander's voice.
Ew. Well, no, I played the game in Japanese, it was fine. I only really heard the English voices in the trailer. It really was like watching a bad dub. It was awful. And obviously the classic, "This is for my fellow hunters" joke. Sadly, it's not
This
a
is
joke.
for my fellow hunters! So you gotta say it, you gotta add some oomph to that shit.
I can't believe they actually thought that was a good idea. Let's have the hunters yell shit out in the middle of a hunt. Fortunately, you could turn it off. They had the presence of
Yeah.
mind to do that at least, but fucking hell. I understand the thought behind it. It's sort of, you know, traditional Japanese JRPG. But you do it in English, it's just not okay. It's not the same. It's
a
not
good
like...
JRPG. I saw something the other day that made me think of you. I thought it was a trailer for a game called Doke V or Doki V, and it looks amazing. The only problem that I have with it is that even in the trailer, because of how intense the graphics are in the game, they can't get their frame rate in order.
I see.
Like, I'll show you. I don't know how much longer you have on the stream, but I'll show you at the end of the stream the trailer, and it looks amazing. Like something that you would enjoy, something I definitely would enjoy. And I cannot,
For the life of me, get excited about it because of how bad the frame rate drops were, even in the trailer.
Wow. Oh dear. It's never a good sign. Usually, however it is in the trailer is the best possible experience. So it
That's
can only
what
go
I'm saying.
downhill from there.
That is my numero uno concerno. That's Spanish, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't realize I spoke Spanish so well.
Well, yeah, turns out you're fluent.
Yeah, I can understand every word. This might be my last hunt, you know. I was going to just do a 2-hour recording. But, yeah, I don't feel like I've achieved too much. I feel like most of the hunts have been pretty bad. I mean, you know, good time chatting with you, certainly, but the hunts have been fucking bad. Like, the hunts have just been unsatisfactory. But, and I don't know if we have insurance autonomic. I certainly didn't fucking eat for it. I ate for Exchanger, as you can imagine. It's usually my priority. Managed to get a KO though, which is good.
Oh! Perfect victory.
I mean, I really shouldn't have gone hunting Horn for a 3-man hunt anyway, but whatever. Can't always make the best decisions. Haha, that was a good knockdown. That was clean. Very tasty. No, that's fine, autonomic. It's quite alright indeed. Yeah, this will definitely be the last hunt. I've had my fun. Had a good conversation about how Monster Hunter is dead, and
Ah,
good conversation about cornholing, and
it's not dead. It still has hope.
yeah, it is. Oh, that you could kick that thing all day. It's not going to twitch. I'm telling you now, this series is moribund. No, moribund means that it's actually got a little bit of life in it. It is just fucking dead. It is well and truly gone. Unless Capcom... You know what? The problem with Capcom is with the executive. Like, there's been an executive decision was made by Capcom for Rise to be what it is. They didn't want to make it what it ended up being. Decisions were vetoed, and it had to be beginner-friendly to the extreme. That's what happened. And that was the beginning of the end for everything, really.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, though.
Just look at the movies that have come out. Look at the games that are out now. And look at all the people who will eat that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you'll realise that the series is done. It's over. It's the golden age of Monster Hunter is over, and I'm just going to keep living in the past and enjoying what has already been. I'm not saying it's impossible for there to be a revival, but as it stands, it's over. The current era of Monster Hunter is over, and it will need a serious revival for it to return to its previous splendor.
I think that eventually we'll get one, because like you said, the Japanese fans are only going to take so much.
You know, the Japanese fans are they're split down the middle. Some of them are obviously quite casual and don't care, but there's also a fair percentage of them who feel like they're being basically fucked in the arse, you know. What I want is for them to, you know, get real nationalistic about it. I want them to be like, that's it. Monster Hunter is becoming a series for the Westerners and we need to stop this now. That would be great. Because whatever they would make under those circumstances would be something I'd probably want to play. Even if it ends up being something like Frontier. I mean, I've talked about this. I was not really happy with the idea of mainline Monster Hunter becoming more like Frontier. I was concerned about that. Little did I know what was on the fucking horizon. I'd take that any day, compared to the current state of the series.
Well, what was wrong with Frontier?
Frontier was ultra anime. They went way too far with it. Like there was a particular style, for example, I always talk about this because I'll never get over it. There was a particular style where you could literally just run around with your weapon out, which is beyond destroying the balance of Monster Hunter. I mean, I'm going to get a greatsword and literally run around with it out. I mean, that's ridiculous. But anyway, the point is that I felt that Frontier was too ultra anime, they went too far with it. And it was unbelievably grindy. And yeah, there were a lot of problems with that game. But
so basically it was Tokiden.
I suppose so. But it just felt like they had no restraint. They just were implementing so much crazy stuff. And I think they were making the hunters too powerful as well. I think there was a problem when it came to that as well. That's not like a world thing. Well, admittedly, that's a problem in this game too, as we can see, but... yeah, balancing took a hit in Frontier, and I didn't want to see that in the mainline series. I saw the introduction of styles and hunter arts in this game to be a clear indication that they were wanting to go in the direction of Frontier in the mainline series, but they approached it differently to that. World came out, did well, and that was it. Time to start making a series for the mainstream gamers. Which translates to, you know, really simplifying systems that were previously complex. And, as I said before, having players get more for less time spent in the game. And I hate that. To me, that is in direct violation of the spirit of Monster Hunter. And I'm not a fan. Time to stream Dauntless now. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, Ethan will tell you it's a great game. And...
Dauntless is ass. I hated it.
I was actually shocked by Dauntless.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I liked original Dauntless, but then you go and you turn it into an MMO, like a free-to-play MMO? No, thank you. If I want to play a free-to-play MMO, I'm gonna go play MapleStory.
Well, what shocked me about it was how generic it was. I was struck by how generic it was. Ethan would probably say that he was struck by how straight up bad it was. I didn't see anything that was actually bad. I just felt like it had no inspiration behind it at all. It was like someone handed them money and were like, go make a super generic MMO, and someone did it. That's what it felt like. There was no fucking personality or character to it at all. It was empty. It was hollow. And yeah, that was... I agree, not worth anyone's time. But Ethan was quite quick to run the other way. Which is fair enough.
I had to, man. I had to. I was so upset when I realized what I had just downloaded. I was just like, I can't believe this is a thing. Like, it just doesn't seem fair. Because like I said, Dauntless initially, not that bad.
Yeah, I heard positive things about it.
Yeah, it was like a nice little Monster Hunter clone for when you didn't feel like playing Monster Hunter. You could still get a similar experience, but not the same one. It was just abysmal what we walked into. And going into some random hunt where there were people we didn't know hunting this thing and had already killed it by the time it didn't make sense. I was like, what?
Yeah, I remember that. That was the penny drop moment. We turn up to this clearing where there's this monster that was almost dead, and as soon as we arrive, it's already dead, and Ethan's just like, what the fuck? What's this shit? I can't remember if that's what you said, but it, the reaction was that, effectively. And
yeah, I was pissed.
I was just seeing normal MMO stuff. It just felt like a standard MMO. But yeah, it is the wrong thing to compare that to Monster Hunter, and I wish people stopped doing that, because it's nothing like Monster Hunter now. Anyway, that will conclude this live stream. I said I was probably going to go for about 2 hours. I don't know if I even said that, but
wait,
I wasn't.
We should do a reaction live on stream.
No!
Of that Doki V.
Yes, but I'd have to set that up, and I don't want to do that. That's like...
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
That's finicky. Otherwise, probably. But anyway, I will conclude here. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Probably Zelda tomorrow, honestly. I'm going to take a slight break from Monster Hunter. But do expect lots of Generations Ultimate for the next few months, I would guess, because I'm heading for that Hunter Rank 999. And then I can go back to 3 Ultimate, I guess. I'm just taking a bit of a break from 3 Ultimate because, 3 Ultimate is almost like a void. There's so much time that I have to put in that game for me to get to a significant Hunter Rank there. Whereas here, I'm actually getting close to reaching a goal, so I feel like all my time has to be put into this game at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do. But I do thank you all for being here, and hope you enjoyed having Ethan here for the first time in quite some time. I'm sure some of you probably haven't really experienced that before. But, oh, and Takashi is here. Not that I'd ever know. He's the quiet one.
He's a lurker.
He is. I will see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.